Welcome and thank you for joining me. In this episode, we're going to do something that I am looking forward to doing more of, which is sharing helpful information, helpful tools, and helpful resources that I come across in my practice that I think might be helpful to you. So in this episode, we're going to talk about a book called How to Change the Light Bulbs When I'm Gone, a book about after. The author is Robin Seckler. This is not a sponsored video. I just think that this is a really awesome book and I wanted to share it with you. And so what this is, it's a tool that allows you to document information that is helpful in the estate planning context. So we're going to go through some of the chapters and talk about what exactly that means. But as an introduction, I'll quote the purpose of this book. She writes, quote, "I designed this book to serve as not only a tool for your loved ones, but also as a keepsake for them to cherish after you are gone. One where you can leave messages of love, life, legacy, and all the important pieces in between." So aside from being able to use this book as a way to communicate messages of love to your family, it's also incredibly practical. You don't have to fill out every answer in the book. It's really designed to help you, not to be a burden. So I went through the process. I completed the book. It took me about 45 minutes. I don't think I got super detailed in it because truthfully, I have pretty well documented all of what I would need. But the reason I'm sharing this with you is when I'm working with clients and we've finished their estate planning documents, one of the things that we talk about is how they're going to go about keeping all of the important and relevant information in one place so that it's easily accessible to their chosen fiduciaries when the time would come for them to have to step in and manage things for them. The way that I look at this book is kind of like, why reinvent the wheel? If there are tools out there that are available to people, then why not use them? Another great thing about this book is that it is incredibly cost effective. The amount of value that you can get or that you can give from completing a book like this based on its cost, which was a little more than $5 on Amazon. In fact, I'm thinking about buying a box of these books to keep them in my office and give them to clients as an additional tool that they can take with them when we've concluded their estate planning documents. So getting into the first chapter called What Do You Want Your Loved Ones to Know? This has some helpful information. For example, do you want to be buried or cremated? Allows you to explain if you'd like to. This is something that comes up frequently, and some people have very strong feelings about this. So this is a good place to put information on your burial preferences. It also asks whether you have made funeral arrangements, and if so, providing information. Things like, do you wish to have a religious official participate in your funeral? And you can get a little bit more detailed. Chapter 2, called Important Contacts. This is super helpful. This allows you to put the name of your attending physician, attorney, financial advisors, accountants, and list your bank. And so the reason I think this is helpful is my own life. For example, I have retirement accounts in one place, I have investment accounts in another place, and then I have my checking and savings account in another bank or institution. And so just documenting that somewhere. I don't need to put account numbers. I don't need to put dollars, just where these assets are and who should be contacted to help step in and manage them. Chapter 3 is about digital assets. If you haven't already, this is something that I talk about a lot. So this gives you an opportunity to write down all of the places you store your digital assets. Your loved ones can view your photos, gather files, close accounts, or otherwise manage them. One thing that I often describe to clients is back in the 80s, an executor, after someone died, to get information about where their accounts were held, what information was out there, you'd walk into the home office and go through the Rolodex and forward the mail. Well, now a lot of that information is going to email. Email is a digital asset. And in Pennsylvania, there are very specific rules for how you grant authorization to a family member or a loved one to to gain access to those digital assets. So that's a topic for another day, but this is a subject that's really important to me. And so starting the conversation, talking about this and giving a tool to help people document these important aspects, I think is really awesome. So chapter 4, subscriptions and memberships. This I think is really interesting. I mean, think of all the things that we have online. Maybe you have an Etsy account, an eBay account, PayPal, Venmo, any number of things, cryptocurrency exchanges, Coinbase, whatever else is out there. I was going to say FTX. That would have been a bad joke. But this allows you to document those accounts and subscriptions that you may have and how to access them. I'm going to pause here for a moment. How to access them. You should document a way that explains to your loved ones not only what you have, but how to access them. For security reasons, it's probably not ideal to put that information on your computer. But this is an evolving area that is kind of personal. So one way to do it is put it in paper format. You want to make sure that it's safe and secure. You could put it in a lockbox. You could put it in a safe deposit box just so that someone knows that it's there in the event that they need to access it and how they can gain access. The next chapter I thought was really good. It's called Where is Your... And then it lists birth certificate, social security card, marriage certificate, military discharge papers, car title, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It goes on. Things like death certificates of other family members, prenuptial agreements. These documents can be extremely valuable when you are administering the estate of a loved one. So having them all in one place, I think what this does more so than list where the items are, it almost encourages you to gather them and keep them in one place or keep them together with this book, which I think would be a great idea. And so I really like that chapter. Chapter 6, in the home. This kind of gives your loved one an opportunity to get a better understanding of how to maintain items in the home, gas line, water line, hot tub, pools, things like that. Chapter 8, finances. This is similar to the chapter 2, at least in the way that I looked at it. It encourages you to list what accounts you have. And again, you don't need to use account numbers or figures, but just letting your loved ones know what's out there. And chapter 10 is passwords. So again, whether or not you choose to use this book or a tool like it to keep track of your passwords, it can be very helpful to have that information stored somewhere so that when the inevitable comes, whether that's incapacity or death, whichever strikes first, that the people that you are expecting to step in and manage things for you have a way to do it, and they aren't scrambling to find information. So again, how to change the light bulbs when I'm gone. Robin Seckler, well done. This is a fantastic tool, very cost effective. I can't say enough about it. Again, links in the description below. I hope that you found this review helpful. I hope that you will find this tool helpful or something like it to help you with your estate planning. And I will look forward to seeing you in the next video.